and the struggles, that he went through, but he didn't quit. And he's a team coordinator. He's about to promote a couple other team coordinators in his organization. I'm just super excited. I'm super humbled and honored to even be on the stage with this guy. But help me rise to your feet and help me welcome to the stage brand new team coordinator, Mr. Jesse and Laura Lopez. Woo!
Yeah! Woo! Get it? Yeah! Yeah! Woo!
Before I get started, there's a saying, behind every good man is a greater woman. So before I start and say my thing, I just actually want to give it over to my wife, to say a couple of words. So.
Yeah, Laura! Woo!
She's not fine public speaking either, so I'm putting her on the spot here.
Yes! Woo!
He only says I need to use my credit card to join the business. When Jesse first told me that a high school friend wanted to meet up with him to talk about a business opportunity, came to my mind. I was like, oh my gosh, what is this guy trying to get into now, right? And 2 hours later, I get a Chase alert notification for $4.99 that I didn't make. So, I was about to let him have it. He was smart. He didn't come home alone. He came home with Mr. Cortez. But I'll tell you what, guys. Probably you guys don't even know this, but I was super skeptical, super negative. But all it took for us, is to attend the first international, and that sold me out. Completely sold me out. I saw the potential. I saw the benefit it had for my family's future. I also understood that in order for us to be successful, we have to have the same vision.
Yes.
And I understood that sacrifices had to be made.
Mm-hmm.
There's been plenty of family events, friends events that unfortunately Jesse could not attend. And everybody's like, where's Jesse? But you know what? I knew where he was. Mm-hmm. I knew he was out there either doing a PBR, building, or helping out the team. Mm-hmm. Right? Because it's all about sacrifice.
Yes.
And if you don't know Jesse, when he's committed, he is committed.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I'll share something with you guys. Last year, for our anniversary, I booked a surprise anniversary, and I surprised him with it. And the first thing he checked was the dates, right? And then he noticed, ooh, it fell on a Saturday. You best believe he made me change it. And I was very, very upset. But I'll tell you what, I'm standing here amongst everyone, super excited of what we have accomplished. And I can tell you enough how excited, and it was well worth it, all the sacrifices that we made. I want to thank the leadership, this awesome environment, our amazing team for pushing and believing in us. Thank you so much.
Yes, yes. Woo! Yeah!
If I would have known she would have said all that, I probably would have went first.
Yeah.
Guys, I just, same thing. My background, some of you guys know, some of you guys don't. I was in retail management. I actually became a salary manager at the age of 19. And, everyone, their parents teach them, hey, go to school, get good grades, get a good job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, being first generation here, I didn't have the same opportunities, and I didn't have the opportunity to go to school. Well, I went to school, but I didn't go to college because we couldn't afford it, My dad was a laborer. He made, had 4 brothers, and he made just enough, working him 60, 70 hours a week that I couldn't qualify for any financial aid. So, and I couldn't pay for school out of pocket. So I did what my dad taught me, which is just work hard, and got the job in retail, and really just worked my way up the corporate ladder, right? And so with that being said, for 14, 15 years, guys, I was working 50, 60, 70 hours a week. And again, the bills were paid, and money necessarily wasn't an issue. but really was the issue was the time. I have 3 kids, I have a wife, and a lot of times even with work, I wasn't able to be around. I would work, at one point I was running a 24-hour super center for Walmart, and guys, there'd be times where I would work 24 hours, and there'd be times where, I wasn't around for my daughter's birthday because I had to be at work, and so, when Mr. Tapia, talked about, people, outside, maybe having success and needing time back, that was me. When I got introduced to the opportunity, first and foremost, you're going to hear later about, they're going to talk to you about not prejudging anybody. And I'm just so thankful that, Mr. Cortez, did not prejudge me. I hadn't talked to him, I went to high school with him, I hadn't talked to him in 15 plus years, we were Facebook friends, and he inboxed me, and he says, hey man, you interested in making money? Little did he know that at the time, I was definitely interested in making money. Because, the reason why I do the business is because I need to retire my pops. I told you he's labor. I'm first generation here. He works in a factory. He works 60 hours a week, and he's been doing that all his life to support us, right? And so I was looking for other ways of making money, right? And not necessarily for me, because I wanted to take care of my dad. And so, when he hit me with that, of course I said, yes, I did. And it was a true story. I ended up meeting with him. We actually got kicked out of Starbucks, and we were outside, just hanging out and just, still talking. And so, when they say don't prejudge, I'm just so glad that, Miguel didn't prejudge me. So round of applause to Miguel for
Woo!
So when I seen the business, I wouldn't say I was skeptical. I just could not believe that I could get paid on bills. I could not believe that I could put myself in a position to have time freedom. And so, when I seen the opportunity, guys, I honestly right away got started. So, Laura was right. I did put it $4.99 on the credit card. And I remember coming to my first Saturday training. I do remember Mr. Tapia training. I do remember Mr. Velasquez training, right? And so not only did I have to spend the $4.99, I got my wife a position as well. So that was another $4.99. We were it was 2 weeks out from international, and and it was in San Jose. So 2 weeks out, you guys can imagine what the flights would be, right? But I paid for the international for me to go to it, and then I also paid for my wife, and then we paid for 2 flights. And I'll tell you guys that that was the best decision that I've ever made. A lot of people look at it.
Yeah.
A lot of people look at it as an expense. Oh, I don't have the money to go. I can't afford to go. I'm telling you guys right now, you can't afford not to go.
All right.
Because it was that international that I seen it was bigger than what we have here. I seen, the same vision that me and my wife had, and I knew the possibilities, right? And coming back from that international, I remember telling Mr. Velasquez how excited I was and how grateful I was, to have been introduced to ACM. And I just got to work. I got to work, and I've been in the business a little bit over 12 months, guys. And in the last 12 months, guys, I've missed one Saturday training. And I missed that training only because I was the best man in the wedding. And believe me, I tried, I said, man, you're not getting married till 2. I get out of training at 12, I'll be there, right? And it wasn't because it wasn't because I didn't want to go to the wedding. It was just because who here when you're here is excited.
Yep.
Motivated.
Yep.
Right? Who here learns things, right?
Yep.
And that's how I felt, right? Because guys, I'm used to working 60, 70 hours for somebody else. And why not put the same sacrifice, put the same commitment into building something for me, my wife, and my family?
Yes.
Right?
Woo. Yes.
Besides just missing, the one Saturday training, guys, I never miss an international. Every international, myself and my wife have attended, right? And that's also huge, because we all need that refresher. And for those who have not experienced international, you hear about it a little bit later. Again, complete game changer. The other thing, guys, is listen. I just plugged into all the events, man. I truly am not someone special. I don't have any magical powers. I don't have anything. I have a hunger. I have a desire, and then my why is so big that I know I need to go out there and make it happen. And I just plug into the events. When Mr. V and Mr. Neshi and Mr. Tavi, they talk about Power Hour, and they talk about Midnight Madness. Guys, I didn't know what it was, but I just showed up anyway. And that's why I learned, and developed the skills needed to be successful in network marketing. Needed to help lead my team and to help go out there and get my between me and my wife we have over 150 points combined. And that's why I got it. So I'm not big into recognition. I don't post stuff on Facebook. I don't do any of that or whatever. I actually wasn't. Be honest with you, I wasn't I wasn't like, oh man, I can't wait to get on stage and do all this, you know, because it's just not me. You know, I'm just super simple, and I just give it all back to the organization. I'm a product of the system. If you guys just come, attend every Saturday training, you know, if you guys come to Power Hour, if you come to Midnight Madness, if you just plug in, you're gonna have success. Guys, they've laid the foundation for us. They laid the track. All we have to do is just run on it. Run on it, you know. And times where, you know, you don't want to get up, or you don't want to come to a Saturday training, you know, or, you know, when my wife talks about, you know, the trip. It was actually a trip to the Bahamas, by the way, right? And I did make her reschedule it, right? And I knew she was, you know, she was gonna be mad, but I knew that, you know, and I sleep on the couch for a week, it's okay, right? But I knew that my dad needed me to be here on that Saturday training.
Yes.
My team needed me to be here on that Saturday training. You know, because it's bigger than just us.
Yep.
When you get into business and you start, you know, building a team and you start doing that, it's bigger than us, right? And so, you know, I did, you know, there are some sacrifices, but I'll tell you, it's well worth it, guys. And I would not change one thing. You just keep making the sacrifices, keep coming in, and you're bound to have success, right? And when they say when going gets tough, just think of your why. You know, my dad never quit on me. You know, my dad right now has a torn meniscus. He's having surgery next month, right? He could barely walk, but he goes to work every day and works in the factory for 13, 15 hours a day. You know, and when I have that type of example, guys, you know, I can't quit on my dad. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, guys, you know, again, it's bigger than you. Use your why. And, you know, definitely have success, guys. And just, you know, I just like to, you know, again, give it back to the leadership, Mr. Tapia, Mr. Velasquez, Mr. Neshi, and especially Mr. Cortez for just, honestly, just showing me the way, guys. If I can do it, I guarantee you guys, any of you guys can do it. So, thanks.
All right.